Peace. I come in the name of Lord Supreme Wise Mountain Law. You already know what it is. 5% nation of God's nurse. Yeah, I just wanted to take this time real quick to build about today's math, which is wisdom, God, all being born are born. I know I posted on Facebook earlier about the black woman being God or Allah's most precious jewel. And she could be able to have the ability to manifest heaven on earth based on what you give her and based on what you feed her, which is mentally as well as physically. So I'm not going to go into that bill, but I'm going to go into a bill that I think that needs to be touched on, because I see that sometimes people don't really understand the idea of wisdom God, or wisdom God being born and born. So I'm going to make knowledge born on that. Wisdom is a physical manifestation of your thoughts. That basically means if you're thinking about something and you want it to come to life, you have to put in the work and the effort in order for that situation or circumstance to be manifested in the way that you would want to see. Now, God is not a mystery. God is the supreme being. He's the black man of Asia. He's the original man. Now, when you go into a lot of religious ideologies, you'll begin to see that a lot of their religious ideologies, they deal with the whole idea of God, and they deal with physical composition of God, and the main focus is what God can do for the people, right? Now, when you look at, like I said before, when you look at wisdom of God, wisdom is the physical manifestation of the intangible intelligence or the idea or thought. So that basically means, for instance, if I wanted to go get me a turkey, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, right? And I'm thinking about it and I have the money for it, I will have to physically put in the work, meaning I will have to walk to the store and get this turkey, bacon, egg, and cheese that I was thinking about, because it was harboring my thoughts. So now I'm in the process of making the situation come to what? Life. Now, that's just a little simple analogy or a simple idea. Now, when I told you about wisdom, wisdom is the idea of manifesting that in what you know. So, overall, I want to talk about the physical attributes of God. Now, a lot of times people say God is a spirit, right? However, why would God be a spirit if he has a physical composition? Now, a lot of y'all might be like, well, no, that's not supposed to be taken literal. Then what is it supposed to be taken as? Because from my understanding, it's talking about God having a physical composition, a body. And I'm not only just saying this because of not only my lessons. I'm saying this on the strength of, a lot of the books manifest who and what is God. They even say what color he is. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it is that, like, people don't really understand what they read until they have to reread it all over again. I once was taught that you can't only read a book one time. You have to read it between 3 to 4 times in order for you to get the understanding of what that book is trying to convey or the message is trying to promote. Now, wisdom is a physical manifestation of something. It's a physical manifestation. And to manifest something, it means to be seen or shown. Right? Now, I may even go as deep as
that shit was all set up.
Saying that when you're dealing with manifestation, you're dealing with intelligence being seen and not just spoken of. Because you can't just talk about somebody being intelligent unless you see it, about logic, reasoning, and the way that they operate and function. Now, my question would be this, right? Why would God be a spirit and what want to do with the material world if he's an immaterial being, right? Now you got to think about it. It's like why would you associate yourself with gangs when you're not even in the game? You know what I mean? It's like it will be contradictory to your own well-being. So that being said, it's like, think about it, right? If I know and understand that, across the street it's a bunch of Bloods and Crips, and I'm a good Samaritan, I'm a righteous man, I'm not gonna go over there and I'm not gonna associate myself with them because I have nothing in common with them. And that's the same thing that I'm trying to say. I'm saying that an immaterial being has nothing in common or has nothing in relation to a material world. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for a person to sit there and associate their self with something they have no commonality with. That's just the bottom line. So, what am I saying? Okay. Going back to wisdom of God. Or being born or born. Born is to reveal and to manifest and to bring forth into existence mentally as well as physically. It's to complete. And it takes 9 months for a baby to be born, gestation period. So, if you look at the Bible, right? The 9th verse in the Bible is talking about when man was created physically. Now, the first book, the first chapter in the book, and the wisdom equality verse, it talks about let us make man in our image and likeness. Now, you can take that many different ways. I already know what way I could take it. I could take it many different. I could break it down many different ways. But it's talking about basically how man was manifested in the image and likeness of who? Self. God. So why would, once again, God be a spirit and will want to deal with a material world? Does that make any sense to you? No, it doesn't. Now, a lot of individuals will argue you down about, how you God and you in this situation. Alright, well, do you think that before I got knowledge of self, if I would have had knowledge of self before then, I would have been in this situation? Probably not. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't have been. I probably would have been better off in a situation where I'm more likely to be less foolish with the mistakes and less foolish with the decisions that I make. So, being that being said, wisdom, God. Wisdom is a physical manifestation, and God is none other than supreme being, black man of Asia. So the physical manifestation of the supreme being is the black man, manifested in the physical form of arm, legs, leg, arm, head, who is the original man, the origin in which all intelligence comes from. He's the source. So I just wanted to go into that real quick, and just bring forth some understanding, because a lot of times people think that God is some mysterious being sitting high and looking low. I mean, a lot of you guys say the man upstairs, right? Why the hell would you say the man upstairs if he's a spirit? You ain't catch yourself in that on your own senses, huh? But like I said, do the knowledge, understand it, and see what I'm talking about. Alright? Take it easy and have a blessed day. I'm about to go get my little sweat on, play some ball, bust some ass, and do my thing. Peace.